Alright, so now some advanced stuff. This is a video that I'm going to put in that in most chapters you'll need some advanced things just to do the assignment. Okay, so we're going to study advanced things a little bit along the way in order to have a better goal or product at the end. Alright, so one of the things that's going to happen, let's just go into New, General, don't save. Let's go into Z. I need to know how to move the pivot of an object. Okay, so here's my object. Its pivot point is in the center of this. So what I want to do is change that. Okay, there's about two different ways you could do this. One, you can go into the options and go to origins, put a checkbox here, and now you can move the origin anywhere you want. And then go back in and uncheck that, and now the origin is going to be wherever you placed it. And now when you rotate it, it's going to be rotating on the new pivot point. Okay, so that's one. You can also fix the rotation now based upon the new pivot using N on the keyboard. N is in Nancy. Let's say I have another object. Let's go into a plane. So what I want to do is put this object, the origin, in the center of this object. This is very advanced. Let's try it. So all we do is have to go to Object, Snap, Cursor to Selected. That moves this cursor, it's kind of a placeholder, into the center of this object. Then I go over to the other object and I go Object, Set Origin, Origin to 3D Cursor. And now this origin is in the center of this object. You'll be using that a lot, and I do mean a lot. It also works with components later on. I'll show you how that works. Okay, how do you reset? Let's say I want to reset it back to normal. Object, set origin, origin to geometry. We'll set it right back to where it was. Alright, you notice that it has a weird rotation here. So one thing you should do is you can zero it out like that. But sometimes you'll get a weird rotation and you want to keep it. Okay, I don't know why you would do that, but sometimes it's true. Let's say I want to keep this rotation forever at 43, let's say 43 degrees. Let's just do 45. Let's say I want to keep that rotation at 45 degrees. Okay, so you go Object, Clear, Rotation. And then that will send it back to 0. If you want to keep it, it is Apply, Rotation, and Scale, or just Rotation. So let's go to Rotation. This will apply the 45 degrees and zero it. There we go. So the first one allowed you to clear it, clear rotation, and the other one allowed you to apply it, rotation, clear and apply. Alright, so the last part of this in the advanced is joining and separating objects. So let's get this out of here. Sometimes you'll need the fact that you have, let's say, an object which is a cube and an object that is a UV sphere. Okay, one goes on top of the other, and you want to keep this as an object. Maybe you want a box with a sphere on top of it, just like that. So if you grab this, you can go Object Join, and now it's one object. It's not joined at a component level, but it's joined. I'll get more into that later. Alright, so if you need to separate it, however, let's say you made a mistake and you need to separate these two things, you hit the one-time edit mode. And then you go L on the keyboard and highlight everything. So L allows you to highlight the two pieces. And you go Mesh, Separate by Loose Parts. And then you can go back to object mode. Now this object and this object are separated, but you notice this object has its pivot point outside. This one has a normal pivot point. So in order to fix that, I would just grab both objects and then just go set origin to geometry. That will repair both of them at the same time. Alright, so that is how to join and separate objects too. Alright, so those are all the advanced things I want to show you. You don't need anything else right now, but let's move on to the assignment.